Hey everyone! Whoa! Let me get this straight. Now, yeah. Alright. I'm Marco and this is ICAP, the Natural Commercial Archeology Conservation Group. I don't know name, that's why it's ICAP for short. Alright. Remember last week we were talking about all the that brand from East Stigman. Yesterday I talked something different. But then I thought, oh yeah, there's more different Stigman. You might like that. Alright, this one today, boat. Yep. I remember some brands back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Even right up to 2020. Those at the time because I used to go to the boat show in Central New York. The Central New York Boat Show. You get all the brochures. Still got them. Nobody wants them. I'm throwing it out. But I have them to that brand, brochures. And it would shock more recently when I did my research a few minutes ago. Wow. We'll talk about that shortly. I enjoy history, love history. I've done my family genealogy. Yep, back to 300 AD. Kings and queens of the Vikings, the North. That's my mom's side of the family. William the Conqueror, all the way to Charles III. Related. Long line around. And I love all the history I did with the roller rank, and I'm doing all the commercial. I grew up boating because my father started with the catamaran. Oh yeah, that was like a year or two before we trade up to 1979 in Pearl. The 18-foot or 19-foot. We graded up every 2 years. So the final one he had was in upstate New York. The 39-foot Carver F crap. Beautiful. He had that 80s interior, 89 interior with that dusty road mop. You get that South Florida feel. That's the way popular thanks to Miami Vice. Remember that series? Yep. Alright. If you can Google, you'll see the Miami Vice color. You can get those color. Those Pantone. Alright. I was shocked to learn some more brand. Wow. Alright, start off with the first one I see on the left. Oh, I remember I had those brochures. And I know Archeology used to make them. Called Silverline. Archeology was looking for a boat company back in the 70s. Because they wanted to have all year sales. Because snowmobiles are only season. There's some brands here I'm naming here had snowmobiles too. Because they knew that. The summer season is for boating. Winter season, snowmobiling. I first grew up as a snowmobiler. In the band of snowmobiles more than boats. So I see the connection here. They laugh. Oh wow, they used to make that. I know that. You'll hear that. But anyway, Silverline Archeology brought them. It was other enterprises. They also own it, Lod and Larson. The other two L. Those two brands are still alive because when Archeology bankrupt, they sold off the boat brand. But they had to sell off all the snowmobiles. Because they were the one that were losing the money on that division. The boats were doing okay with those two. But Silverline ended along with the original ICAP, The Next Life of the Cat, with the 1982 year. ICAP only had ran up to 1981 brand, but the boat was 1982. So they closed up, part of the bankruptcy. So that's one of the snowmobile brands had them. Lord and Larson still running. I think Larson is. But I just found out something. I didn't know that Polaris Industry, the company that makes Polaris snowmobiles. Larson. Wow. I haven't been to the boat show since 2020. Not even 2020, 2019. Because of COVID in 2020. 1 month later. But I didn't go. Because I was sick with COVID December. The day after Christmas. I remember it. I was sick for 2 weeks. The boat show is another month. Now, I'm hearing all about the spot. I'm not going. I'm taking a break. To stay away. So I've stopped going and I have not been in it. I don't have the brochures. I haven't sent. So it ends with 2020 models. I have way back since 78 to 2020. I have all the brochures. I have a hardcover, like it looks like that. Square hardcover brochure. Worth a lot of money. Alright, let's get talk about all the brands. Striper. Again, it was owned by Polaris. Polaris stopped making them, along with the other brands, in the year 2020. Because I was at the boat show, I didn't know about that part. It just happened, probably just after I went to the last boat show. I'm sure it's the last model now at the boat show in Syracuse. They were already expanded to 4 or 5 buildings. It's probably gone back down to 3 or 4. I'm going to find that out. So I'll let you know another time. Because the Striper that was under Polaris and Polaris Industry. Now let's get to that. Rinker with another very good, very popular brand. I'm losing my voice. I'm shouting. Because if I don't talk loud enough, you won't hear me. Someone said what? I'm sorry about that. Alright. You see, it was under a company called American rhis, I think. But actually, one bought another. Add up, stole to another, go all the way up. So Rinker, Striper, Godfrey, Hurricane, Polar Craft, and Larson. I know a lot was sold separately. from Archeology at the time. Wow, they used to own all that company under Banniken Marie. That's one of those party boats, flow boat type, pontoon boat, actually. Then it was sold to American Marine. Then it was sold to Players, and Players decided to stop them all, closed them all down. Many big mistake, because that was worth money. They would turn around and thought, nah, I closed it down. Just like they closed down Timber Lake Snowbike Division. Just a few weeks ago, they announced that. But they're keeping the snowmobiles. I noticed that other let didn't even mention. Players used to own Quitcraft. They must have sold Quitcraft. Separately. Wasn't under Banniken. So we'll see. That's a lot. Under Players. They absolutely dumped them all. Alright, let's move on. Owens was a brand I remember hearing a lot back in the 70s, 80s, but I missed the boat at that time. Funny. I missed the boat that they were operational back in the 60s. They were a big brand. Yeah, many big brands from boat. So, another one was Pena, which wasn't that far from where I used to live. And I was planning on wanting to go see it. See where they make it. I kept putting it off back in the 80s. And you have the money to go drive and all that. All the way down to Pena, New York from Syracuse. Long drive. It's like about 2 hours. In the Finger Lake region. In a town called Pena. Right at the bottom of one of those lakes. I know one at Cayuga, that Ithaca. I think it's the next one. Pena, or the next one after. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But I missed opportunity to see it. In New York State, you'd have another boat brand. I didn't have it on the list, just remember. The original Grutman canoe and boat. They did come back. It's Platoon. But I didn't hear anything that much afterwards. I think probably gone too. That's why I said the boat show probably got smaller. Because I've noticed that they're not sharing dealership with the same brand. I've noticed that. Like 2 D-Rays with 3 D-Rays. One in one building, the other building. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was really full. One brand, few dealers share. Yep. Just like the one in Miami International Boat Show. They share. Because I remember the lady I had, can I have brochures, please? Yeah, I did collect them down there. A lot more brochures. Alright. I asked, she asked me, where'd you live? Then I said, Parang. Oh, okay. Then she gave me, it was double stamp. No, I don't want a stamp on my brochure. Thank you. So I have it. It was the dealer near where I used to live. She said there's a few dealers. Oh. This is my first time at the Miami show. I went to the New York Boat Show. One time with my father. Everything seemed tight there. Because there was only one building and it wasn't it was like having 2 times the size of than a Parkwood. Oh yeah. The 2 floors. Smaller ones, downstairs. The big ones on the main floor. A lot of glass. It was warm. In a cold winter. Alright, let's get back to what Rinker already mentioned there. I just can't believe it. And all the others. Just 5 years ago. This is 2025 boat season right now. I miss those guys. I really did like Rinker. One of the brands I like, along with Boston Whaler for fishing. They're the best made. Expensive, but they're the best made. My nephew very versed in boating and fishing, like I'm with snowmobiles. Finding I'm wearing insurance and my shirt. Perfect timing. I'm so well versed in snowmobiles and roller skating rink. My nephew is into boat. He knows everything. And I said, why don't you get a Boston Whaler? Who is expensive, the best of all brands. Yeah, they are. Similar to Winter and Grady White. The way the shape and design and the fishing thing. That's what I was talking about. Winter. And the U.S. Navy had a contract with them. They were the first fiberglass with the Navy. But it was sold to Thompson yacht boat. I remember Thompson. I still can remember the brochures for that one. The pretty girl on the cover, sitting on top, up front, leaning down the glass. Very brown tint look. I remember that. Thompson looked very similar to Peniel in many ways. The way the shape and design and the lines of their hull. They're gone too. Chrysler used to make boat. Yeah, they used to make snow scooter. Look like a bicycle, but they had to ski in a small track. They made boats. I think even outboard too. All different things are Chrysler. But because of the 1980 bankruptcy, staying without a car, because the economy downturn. That's the word I'm trying to say. It's affected a lot of companies in the U.S. back then, like a lot of them today. So Chrysler had to throw off all that stuff to save the car company under the ICAP leadership. Remember he said, "We can't think of any better car, buy it." I'll never forget that line. It's one of my admire. Like today for me, it's Leon Mock. Alright, now, in Pearl, I think it's gone. That's the boat that my father used to have. I remember the way it's shaped. Not like any other boat up front. It's kind of like an AutoCAD with that front. That was popular back then on cars like the Corvette, AutoCAD snowmobiles, and then Pearl boat. With you're looking at the top view, the hull shaped like that. Same with AutoCAD cowl shaped like that. That's especially like the D or the LT gray, the Pantera back then. They fade those out by 1980 for a lot of bands. This car's becoming back to you. Trojan was another one. Oh yeah, I had that huge brochure, but they're big. Nice thick brochure. Trojan was a really good brand at the time. I think it was sold under Viking. I'm not sure. But those were yacht. The big one. I remember the girl down there with big hat. Yep. They always have pretty girls on those brochures. Really. I can't remember now what brand I had. I still have it. Billy Martin. Formerly of the Yankees. And he was spokesperson for that one brand. Now, I'm going to name one watercraft that came and went. No, the three brands. The wet bike, remember the wet bike? AutoCAD used to make them. And when AutoCAD came back, they began making what is called Tiger Shark. But the sales declined to 6%. He stopped making them. 6% of the whole company revenue. Bad. Polaris had one of their own too. It came out about the same time, within a year. After AutoCAD went, Polaris stopped making their own watercraft. About 2 or 3 years later. And the same result was 6%. It's bad. Nobody wants them. People complain it's too loud. I mean, the neighborhood. They come right over to your camp. Hey, your watercraft's too loud. It's running all over. I want them pee. Stop doing that. That's what I hear, a lot of stories. Even online, I read all about that. That's what hurts them. And town outbanning them. It's because of all your neighbors complaining. That's why. Only one lap. 2, 3, 4 brands left, which are Skidoo, Honda, Kawasaki, and Yamaha. They all used to make snowmobiles. Silverline used to make Yukon King snowmobiles. Because they were giving them problem with the cost and everything. And AutoCAD, fine, they made a deal, sold to AutoCAD. Then, using the AutoCAD snowmobile. AutoCAD. AutoCAD snowmobiles. Well, boys, there were quite a bit. I remember that Owens Johnson. Get OMT went out of business, sold to Bombardier. Then Bombardier, that's Bombardier Recreation Product, but I still call it Bombardier. They had it for a few years and they stopped making them. There was Kadoki Spirit Outboard, made by ICAP for Kadoki. I have that brochure yet. So is everyone Johnson. If any of you are interested, let me know. Alright, right. Thanks. Whoa! I'll see you all. You have a good night. God bless.